Hello and welcome back to Weekly Buying Tips. I'm Dean Berman from Berman Buys. See, trying to make money in property isn't a one-size-fits-all. There are many ways to do the same thing. What might be right for me is not necessarily right for you, and vice versa. I mean, what's the difference between someone who makes 100 grand a year flipping a property to someone who makes the same amount because the land gets rezoned or the market increases in value? Or a developer comes and knocks on their door? Wouldn't the flipper have the most satisfaction because they have physically created that profit? Could the same not be said about the person that timed the market perfectly and it was rezoned, knowing that their research was bang on? I think it really comes down to time, money, and skills. When you think about it, the flipper has the time, the money, and the skills to dedicate to the project, generally on a full-time basis, whereas the researcher may only have a few hours a week. I would argue on a likelihood scale of success, the flipper will have the highest chance or the highest probability of achieving success, as they are very much dependent on themselves and their own hard work and effort that's put into the project. Whereas the researcher is very dependent on external factors coming into place, particularly in the short term. Then again, the flipper has more cash flow risk, as they are probably undertaking this project on a full-time basis and therefore don't have a full-time job and giving up income security, whereas the researcher has all that. So which then is the right approach? For me, I think it comes down to which one you feel most comfortable with and you can actually work into your lifestyle. There's simply no point trying to flip a property when you have less than 5 minutes spare in a day. In that situation, maybe hire a builder and get them to do the work on a full-time basis, provided there is still enough profit margin left over for you. Set realistic expectations and goals. Like anything, property is a process, and with experience comes wisdom and learning and understanding. And don't be discouraged if your first foray into property didn't give you what you wanted or you didn't achieve as you wanted, or your fear totally stops you in your tracks. Think about the lessons you may learn from the experience. They may just make you 100 grand in a year.